let me be very, very clear. Since I had a great question here, you know, but the answer to the question is nothing ever works 100% of the time. This is why you train all the things that you train. Trying to get a very, very diverse kind of movement, from close quarter movement to long range movement. You're kicking, your punching lines, your locking lines, your throwing lines, everything. So you're trying to be very, very diverse in all your movement. So there is no one end-all, be-all to any action. Okay? So when you're doing something, if it doesn't work, it's actually just as important as when it does work. Does that make sense? It's just as important when it doesn't work. Because when it doesn't work, you know you have to work at trying to find where it's going to work. And lots of times it's just a small little change, small little bit of leverage change, an inch or two here or there. That's it. Okay? Sometimes it just won't work. There have been movements I've had that, well, it's beyond my skill level. It just wouldn't work. But remember, nothing ever works for everybody. All right? Very, very important. Nothing ever works for everybody in every situation. You want to keep that very, very clear in all of your self-defense techniques. Techniques are just a whole series of assumptions in playing out the technique, and only possibilities of ideas, or ideas of possibilities, however you want to see that. Okay? What we're working with right now, straight punch coming in. Here we go for the arm bar, they throw the other punch, and we simply deflect that and roll right through them. Okay, what we're doing is just trying to wrap their arms together here. Now in that position here, Dave, where are you going to go? Not a whole lot of places, okay? Now you've got several options here. The three we're working with is there's this break right here that's coupled with this throw right here. Get your hips down low and throwing with this arm. He's going to have a hard time going anywhere but on his head. All right? The other option was just to wrap that and boom, shoot that straight in here. Okay? And the third option I had you going for was simply to turn, lifting this arm up as you turn. And when you do that, the sand comes down and you've got that arm bar and locked. And there he goes. Okay? So those are the three options we've been looking at. Let's look at it from the other angle here real quick. All right? So, one more time. Parry grab, I'm going for the arm. Oh, I got to deflect that and roll here. Okay? And I'm turning for the camera here a little bit. That's what I've got right there. This locked up nice and tight. If I slam on this, all right, I'm going to cause a serious hyperextension probably at the least. If he's a lot stronger than me and he lifts up off that, I just turn with his lift. Sorry. I just turn with his lift. Okay? So if he's a lot stronger than me, I just go, okay, whoa! And I drop right on his other arm. Does that make sense? Okay? So the main thing we're looking at is that first action where we deflect the second punch. Whoa! Here. That was the big deal, because that's wrapping him up. At that point in time, you've got all sorts of potentiality. Okay? Look where I'm going. Okay? All right. So, let's get back with the partners and play that again.